is Gracie, back here with another video for you guys. And today is something that I've been waiting to do for a while now, and I'm finally ready to show you guys my everyday makeup routine. And so before I get into this everyday look, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and then I am planning on doing a Q&A sometime in the near future. So if you have any questions for my Q&A video, let me know in the comment section below with what they are, and let's get into this. So the first step we have is primer. And today I'm gonna use the POREfessional. It's one of my all-time favorites. I have a few different favorite primers I use, but I'm just gonna go with this one today because that's just how I'm feeling today. So I take a little bit of this on my hand and then rub it in. And then I'm just going to prime my face with it. So I'm just gonna let all this sink in, and while that's doing it, I'm going to do my eyebrows. Now, as you can tell, they're quite thick naturally, and especially when I look in the mirror, I kind of see some hairs growing back. And I did get them threaded a few weeks ago, but they're kind of starting to grow back when I see in the mirror, but I try not to fill in with the pencil too much, but I still do a little bit, just for like the inner part. So I'm going to be using my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Medium Brown. Now for foundation. My favorite one right now is this Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Swan. And what I actually like to do with this is I put this on my face, just kind of put some squirts. And then onto my forehead. And then a little down here. Now, I definitely try not to go too heavy with it either, because you don't want your face to look super duper cakey, and I'm definitely trying to avoid that. And then I'm also gonna put a little bit down my neck, because that's really important to do as well, because you don't want your skin to be one color. There you go. And now I'm going to use my beauty blender to blend that all out. I'm just gonna start from the neck and then kind of blend up to the face. Just a little bit more though. Especially if I feel like my nose are trying to do a little bit more. I'm finished with my foundation, and now I'm actually going to do my concealer. So I have two concealer shades. They are both the Tarte Shade Tape, but I just use two different shades. I have Fair Neutral and then Light. So I'm going to show you why I use two different shades. So starting with this one, this is Fair Neutral, the lighter one. I just put under my eyes, like so. And the reason why I use like two different concealers is because I just use like one just to help brighten my under eyes and everything, and then the other one I just use for the rest of my face for like acne, blemishes, other impurities. And then now, before I go into my other concealer, I'm just gonna use some brow gel. This is the Benefit Gimme Brow Gel in shade 4. And what I'm gonna do is I just filled in a little bit of my tail. Try not to go too heavy with it because you don't want to be like thick bush. Here are my brows completed with both eyebrow gel and the pencil filler. Looking good. So now I'm actually going to go in with my other concealer now, the shade Light. So here that is my full face that. And now I am going to do some liquid contour and blush now. So for my cream contour, I like to use this NudeStix Nudies Tinted Blur Foundation Stick in the shade Medium 7. And what I like to do with this is I don't apply it like most people would, or most of you guys would too at least. Instead, I'm going to show you my way of doing this. So just like to put some on the back of my hand like this. And then I am going to take this brush. This is the Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush. And I've really been liking this as a way to apply my cream contour. See, like that. It's like just the angles on there do so well for it. And the reason why I actually don't put it on like directly is because some foundation stick formulas can cause your skin to look really patchy and just blotchy and just really, really gross. And by warming up in my hand first, then applying it on with a brush afterwards, it won't cause that problem. So then I'm now doing it onto my forehead here, like all the usual contour spots. And then for my nose contour, I like to use this brush. I know even though really people don't use this anymore, but I still think it's great to use as a nose contour brush to put right there. So I am now going to do my liquid blush. And today I'm using my Glossier Cloud Paint in Dusk. And this is such a pretty shade. Now, I was really scared about using this at first because I was so used to putting on powder blushes before this. But then once I started getting the gist of this, it like works amazingly and just looks so natural in the face. So I'm just gonna show you how I put it. I just put some dots on here. Just gonna put some dots. Try not to go too crazy with this either, because it's kind of pigmented too, so I'm just gonna put a tiny bit on here as well, because that kind of makes it look like a natural sun-kissed tan, like you've been out in the sun. And now I'm just gonna take my beauty blender again and just pat that in. We're done with that. And now I'm going to put on, well, first I'm actually gonna wipe this off camera and then I will do my powder. I wiped all of my cream contour off. Now I'm going to do my powder, and I have this one here. That's one I use every day. This is the Studio Fix Powder Foundation in shade NW18. And I really like to use this BH Cosmetics powder brush. And I just go in there and I start with my neck, just like I do with my foundation, just to ensure that we're getting in all the areas where we put our foundation in, so that everything would look even. And I'm trying to like also try to reduce the color blush so that it doesn't look like crazy bald in the end, because I also like to put on powder blush later on as well, which I'll show you, because it just makes such a natural blend afterwards. And then my cream contour. And this is my powder face. And then I'm actually gonna go in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Now, sometimes I'll use this powder, sometimes I don't, depending on what I'm feeling in my look. And I like to take this Morphe brush, kind of put a little bit on here, and then just kind of, I don't really bake with this necessarily, I just like to use it just to set my under eyes. That's kind of where we put the brightening concealer, and that'll just kind of help it lock it up and just make my under eyes even brighter. So now we have that all. Now for my bronzer. Today I'm going to use my Tarte Amazonian Clay Parka Princess Bronzer. I have other bronzers as well, like some of the other products, but I really like this one for right now. And I actually like to use this Real Techniques powder brush. It says powder brush on here, but I think it works really, really well for bronzer. So I really like using it for that. And then this just emphasizes the contour and just gives it such a natural bronzy glow. For my blush, I have a few blushes for powder options, but today I'm just gonna use my classic handy dandy MAC blush in Melba. This is like one of my all-time favorites, and I like to use this Morphe M530 brush to put on my blush and just put it on. And now for highlights, one of my favorite parts. And I love BECCA highlights. I have a few of them, but today I am going to be using Rose Quartz, and a few others I have are Opal and Champagne Pop as well, but today I'm just gonna go with Rose Quartz because I'm feeling like it. It's actually this brush that I use. It's the Morphe M510 brush. It's amazing for that. And then I really like the BECCA highlights because you don't need too much to get this intense glow. So just look at that. Look how already intense it is. See, you don't need too much to put it on. And just see, look at this amazing glow. So now, before we get into my eyes, I'm actually going to set my face, and I love my handy dandy old MAC Prep+Prime Fix Plus spray. I'm sort of getting a little bit out of it right now, but still using this to stay because I love it so much. And so, spritz it over. It feels amazing. And then I actually go back in with my Beauty Blender just to ensure that every part of my face and wherever I put all my makeup on has the setting spray used, to ensure that we don't miss any parts, and just to distribute the setting spray to wherever the setting spray may not reach to. I don't really do eyeshadow. Sometimes I will, but I'm not gonna do it today because usually I don't do that. So now I'm gonna go into my mascara. So I'm gonna first start with this mascara. This is the Benefit Roller Lash. And It's really, really good. I just like that as a curling effect. And then I'm actually gonna go in with the second one later on too, so. So now for my other mascara, I like to use the Lancôme Monsieur Big because it just adds so much volume. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that one on, just on my top lashes. Just look at that. Now this one kind of depends because again, it's just natural, nothing too crazy or anything. And sometimes I'll do a little natural color, sometimes I'll just do a lip balm. Today I'm just going to use this really pretty color. This is the Clinique Chubby Stick in shade 07 Super Strawberry. And this just applies on like this really natural color. To see how natural that is. It's so pretty. And that is the final everyday makeup look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial, my everyday look. Please, again, like this video, subscribe, and then comment down below any Q&A questions, any comments that you have for me. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.